Ronell Nolan, President CEO of Health Agents for America, the association that fights for our industry and the clients that we represent. Happy Monday! And how about Joe Burrow? And of course, those Tigers. I'm still sporting my purple and gold. Want to make sure that y'all still know I bleed purple and gold. CMS has a press release that is hot off the press. Open enrollment is extended until December 18th at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So those working in the individual market, that's something that you need to know about open enrollment and the PSA that was just released. I've asked some of you I ask all of you about feedback on what HAFA can do to make it better for you guys, to make you get more bang for your buck. And I got some interesting responses. Some LSU win the national championship. I thought that was wonderful. Provide endless margaritas on the beach. Another good idea. You would think they both came from me, but they didn't. And keep doing what we're doing. So that was positive for me. But of course, I need to know what else we need to do. And I received an important message about a priority that is a priority to me. And it continues to be a top priority for HAFA. CMS constantly encourages consumers to go straight to healthcare.gov and medicare.gov. And this came from one of our agents in New Orleans. He said, I have instances where I help consumers who came into my office and we set them up on an account for medicare.gov, and they are deciding what plan to go with. They get an email to go to medicare.gov and they select a plan. They don't realize they have cut the agent out and all the work we did, and we're simply out the loop. And they still think we get paid, but we don't. I couldn't agree more. I agree even more. It's something that we talk about in Washington all the time. The emails, the phone calls, every effort to circumvent what we do, whether it be intentional or not, causes chaos with the American people and chaos within our client book. We simply want to help people. We would appreciate a little bit of help from those that are in charge. This is something that the HAFA and the Executive Board have discussed in details. And again, it remains in the forefront of our discussions in Washington. If you have any suggestions on how we can attack this particular problem, or if you have anything else that you'd like us to do, please send me a personal email. We're always looking for different avenues to get our point across. Another item on HAFA's priority list, and I have to be honest, I've talked to some folks in Washington and I haven't figured out how to address it. And this comes from Ramwall from Texas. He says it's absolutely ridiculous to insist on a 90% passing ratio to sell Medicare Part D plans. He said, I will never sell Medicare Advantage. He said, we graduated from college with a 70% or better grade, and as well as 70% more of CLU or RHU. And to make it even more sinister, if we fail anytime in the future, all commissions are lost. This is totally unacceptable. CMS needs to change this, and this is the change that needs to be made. So know that this is something that's been on my heart for several years and been on my mind and been on my priority list. And to be honest, there are several things I know how to attack. And this is one thing that I haven't figured out how to attack. And I've even talked to Senator Cassidy about this, and a bit perplexed because he was unsure too where to send me with this this problem. As you all remember, the words the Secretary shall has been a statement we will never forget with regard to the ACA. Now, it's important in the rulemaking for HSA regulations. CMS has asked HAFA members to give input on the HSA regulations prior to the industry meeting in Washington, D.C. on January 29th. A survey is included in the Monday news, so please take a look, send me your comments. There is still an open invitation for our members to attend this industry meeting. However, I've had many inquiries as to the location. Again, it is being held in Washington, D.C. at the CMS headquarters. So if you are interested in joining us, please send me your name. Of course, CMS has the last decision whether someone is chosen or not. But if you can get a good flight, rooms are reasonable, then I would encourage you to go. But I did tell one of our board members I promised to take very copious notes and report back to you exactly what happened. But that survey is going to be very important because that gives me a voice. That tells me exactly what to say, that I'm speaking for you. So important. Take a look at that survey. Tell me what you think about HSAs, regardless if you're thinking about, being in that market or not. I spoke at the Agent Advisory Board meeting in Louisiana the other day and was talking about the fact that knowledge is power. And if you are not selling HSA, someone else will. And not only is CMS going to do educational pieces to the employer market, other agents are going to come to your clients and talk about HSAs. So you need to be able to explain them, and you need to be able to understand them. And why not be a part of the rulemaking? You remember in the beginning of the ACA, agents didn't have a place. We didn't have a seat. Well, HAFA's here, and we have a seat, and we have a voice. I have a very important message that came from Connecticut. Might be a little bit cold up there, from Mr. Eager, about the health sharing carve-outs, that they're in the crosshairs. He said he gets the feeling that agents need to take cover. He doesn't believe that folks that are partners like Shared Health Alliance, Sedera, or Altrua have received cease and desist orders yet, but he's read the notices as a threat that it's just a matter of time. This is something that Jennifer Lovett on our presidential board, our executive board from Connecticut, is working on, that we're going to pen a letter to those in Connecticut about there are good players and there are bad players. But as agents, you need to understand Christian ministry plans, which one are the good ones, which ones are the bad ones. They're not insurance. Be able to explain them. And again, folks are selling them and folks are buying this product. Texas released a bulletin that warned health insurance agents and TPAs about the dangers of assisting companies engaging in the unauthorized business of insurance. It's another warning, so you need to pay attention. And I hope you're all listening to this HAFA Live. And please share it with your colleagues, because we're sharing things that are happening now that you need to know about. Another thing that you must know if you sell in the Medicare Part D arena is that it has been uncovered that insulin pricing in the Medicare.gov program was incorrect. So while you were working through Medicare.gov, you may have assisted a client in picking the wrong plan. Now that's a big OMG. We think CMS is going to consider a special enrollment period, but we'll know more about that very soon. That's a huge one. We do have some exciting news. It's not always crazy bad news all the time. We're a partner with with BCFC, and they've announced that Senator John Thune from South Dakota and Representative Greg Steube from Florida reintroduced the Freedom from Government Competition Act. Now, what does that mean to me, and why is that important to you? That addresses navigators. That says the government should not be competing with private industry. For example, navigators taking agents' jobs. Good job, BCFC. We are proud to be a member of this group. Please don't forget the HAFA Agent Summit, March 5th and 6th. Book your rooms and register by the end of the year for early registration. Save $70. No, I didn't stutter. $70 if you go ahead and register by the end of the year. I know money is always tight for folks, so get that registration in and you'll be able to save some money for 2020. I know at least one of our members received an email from the CRIS program threatening to send them to collections if they did not pay. You may remember that we gave you information. You could renew your CRIS or not renew your CRIS. It was totally up to you. It was something that we were not going to offer in our summits going forward. They have apologized. However, if you get an email like this, please send it to me immediately. It's something that we do not take lightly, nor do we appreciate any of our members getting any type of threatening messages from anybody. Our partner Xywave has purchased a new product for lead generation, so you need to check those out. Don't forget Beam Dental, amazing group dental product. They're the ones that have their own toothbrush that they give to the person that tells them that they're brushing their teeth for 2 minutes. It's all, connected to the web. Very cool product. And have you ever wished you had an attorney on staff at a rate you could afford? Hoff is working with a new partner to bring this to your tool chest of success. So just watch, because we're going to bring you something really cool that you're going to be able to say, I have an attorney on staff. I'm just as good and big as the big boys. Make sure short-term medical is in your tool chest. I know some of you say, I am not getting involved in that plan. They're horrible plans. I'm here to tell you that's not right, and you need to do your homework. The plans are getting more robust, and InCoil is looking to require plans to have a $2 million lifetime max. Some plans now include maternity and pre-X. So don't assume all plans are bad. There's some really good ones out there. I just reviewed an article for a group and did a lot of research on this product, and things are changing. They're getting a lot better. So what are the top 10 reasons to sell short-term medical? Gig economy. People are waiting in their employer waiting period. Someone moves to a new state. A college student. Aging off a parent's plan. Employee early retiree. Freedom of more doctors. With more limited networks, short-term medical, most have more doctors. Divorce. Cobra. And then number 10, and the best one, is that Hoffa partners with folks that help you. Agents for Hope sells United Healthcare, and you receive a higher commission than you could get on the street. And Blue Cross of Louisiana has a short-term medical plan that mimics an ACA plan. It has maternity. If you're in Louisiana, and of course this would be if you're in Louisiana, you would want to look at this plan. Louisiana is not the only state that has a plan like this, but Blue Cross is our new partner, and we're excited about a carrier stepping forward and realizing or admitting that we're important. So hopefully you have enjoyed today's Hoffa Live, and you'll share it with a colleague. Stay safe in these holiday Christmas parties and everyone being on the street. Remember that I'm here and available to help you with anything you need. Happy holidays. Go Tigers. Joe Burrow is amazing. And until next Monday, have a wonderful, wonderful week.